Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Monaco Diamond League, and very excited for this. It's the one of the most prestigious meets on the Diamond League circuit, and I'm happy that you guys are here to join me. And we'll do a good watch along as usual. Talk about the events as they go along, live reactions, also anything else that you guys want to talk about. I'm down for that as well. Uh, Lots of things in progress so far. We just do a quick start before I get to everybody in the chat, whoever starts to come in. But as we can see so far, the women's shot put was on the way there. A fabulous performance so far, and Jessica Schilder there in the final round, winning it in 20.39, and Chase Jackson there in 1951. Back-to-back weeks for Jackson there, where she was doing 1951 in the last round, but 20.06 there. So she's continuing her stint there over 20 meters. And last week at Prefontaine, it was what, 1994. Previous week was not 2094 rather. The previous week was 2095. So she's been having a fabulous season so far. How are you doing, Wendigo? Hopefully, you're doing well. And yeah, so the not the triple jump, the pole vault is in progress as well. It's still early rounds there. Curtis Marshall just went ahead and 572. So we'll see all of that in a little bit of time. But the first thing on the track coming up is gonna be women's 400-meter hurdles. That should be exciting. Femke Bol in the mix. Second best of all time in terms of times, and it should be a good run. So that's going to come up in about 2 minutes or so. We're looking at. Hey, Sonny, how are you doing? I'll get you on the screen in a second. We get to see Anna Cockrell, who for many was a surprise medalist, silver medalist at the Olympics last year. Also, the great Dalila Mohammed will be in progress. So I just put that on the on screen right now. But it should be Femke Bol. How fast she'll go, we don't know. She's already gone 52.11 this season. She'll probably go faster than that, I suspect. Mohammed is there, who's running a fabulous times this year, 52.91 for her. And Cockrell, we'll get to see if she'll trend down as we start to get into the mix of the season. Next week, London Diamond League. Probably won't be I won't be here for that next week. I'll be doing some traveling, but we'll catch up on it when we can. Hi, Sonia, doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, early this time. It's always good to have you on. Thanks everybody for joining. Good to see you guys on the channel as usual. And just the 400-meter hurdles runners being introduced at the moment. There's Anjanette Knight from Jamaica there. She was running really well this season. I thought she would have won the Jamaica National Championship. She didn't, but she's on the team. Falaruza there as well. And Bol, Mohammed, Cockrell, Woodrup. And the Slovakian athlete Zapatelova, and then Van der Vaalt there from South Africa. Yeah, Susan, how are you doing? Good to have you on the channel. So meeting record is the Great Lashinda Dimas 52.63. That might be under threat today. World lead from Sidney McLaughlin 50.02. And let's see what we get from Femke Bol. I'm excited to see. All in the game. Shout out to you. Good evening to you as well. Femke Bol, as many of you know, is running a different style. She attacks the hurdle with her weaker leg, then she changes like within the 5 hurdles, and then the first 5 hurdles rather. All right, let's see what we get here. All in games is starting with 400 hurdles. Yeah. Let's see. It's like a clean start here. It looks like Femke is in the lead, but it could be Mohammed. Actually, it's Mohammed a little bit first. But Femke Bol already stepping right now. She's moving, motoring. Mohammed is running really well too. I'm very surprised at that at her age. I thought she would have just had an easy season. But Femke is going to come off the corner. But Mohammed is still running really strong. Anna Cockrell there trying to stay with Dalila Mohammed. But Bol is coming around the corner now. She's going to eat her off. So it's Bol, Mohammed, Cockrell, and it looks like Knight there from Jamaica, I think. Or Zapatella, rather. Femke Bol cruising here. It's going to be under 52 seconds. 51.95. Whoa. That's a world leading time there for Femke Bol. Very, very fast time. That's a meeting record too. 52.63 was the meeting record from Lashinda Dimas many years ago. I'll get back to the comments in a second. I just want to see this again. So it's Bol 51.95. Really comfortable run for her in the end. Mohammed there with a season best at 52.58, making a strong case, I think, for this American team. It's not going to be easy, but it's a strong, really strong running from her, running all season as well. Anna Cockrell there going sub 53, 52.91. So she's also working into her shape. Knight faded in the end, and Zapatelova rather beat her at 54.51. Let's see. I like this from Femke Bol. She's not really motoring. It's like a cruising run from Femke, almost like a training run. Really training run there. Yeah. All right, let's see where the comment section is going now. Let me see if I can get some of these here. Susan says she's doing well. All in the game said starting off with Femke, yeah. All in the game. First meeting record of many today. I agree. It's gonna be interesting day for a lot of records. Angela, how you doing? Hi to you. And all in the game says Dalila beat the old meeting record, like what I'm seeing from her. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. All in the game. To be honest with you, I wrote her off. I think, like many, we wrote off Mohammed, and sometimes that's to our own. It's Curtis Marshall here clearing the 572. That, yeah, so looking good there for Curtis Marshall, the Australian pole vaulter there. Yeah, it's interesting. I think when we look at the grand scheme of things, it's really hard not to be really impressed by Dalila. And to think that she's been running a lot this season. We saw her early in the Diamond League. She's motoring around. And it's a good thing. Good thing for her. You get to, hopefully she makes a team, finishes on her own terms. That would be good. Mark, how you doing? Dalila Strong will be top 3 US trials. So he's making a case for that. Gleeman, did Dalila beat? No, Femke won the race. Let me put the results back up just quickly there. Femke won in a meeting record, fastest time in the world, 51.95. A comfortable run for her. I think it's like a training run, if I'm being honest with you. And yeah, Paulette, how you doing? Good afternoon to you. Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. I was watching cricket all day, India, England there, and now for some good old track and field. So this was a really, really strong stuff. A lot of things to look forward to. Jessica Schilder breaking that Chase Jackson streak so far in the shot put. I'll put those results back up really quickly. That happened just a moment ago. Women's shot put. And, once those things come up back again, I'll get those standing. Yeah, so Schilder again there, just to give her due there, 20.39, big throw for her as well, 20.02. Richards here from Jamaica clearing I think this is what 2:15 here. Uh, that's really easy. Sarah Mitten there also at 20 meters. Olympic champion there, Ogunleye at 1948. So women's shot put really, really stack, and we'll see what we get there. Let's see. All in the go 20 point. I didn't even see that. Did not see that. Uh, Sherwood says a great day for sports. First Wimbledon, no track. Yeah, I actually didn't watch any Wimbledon today. I was watching India and England at Lords. Daniel Jr. Can Femke close the gap, or is she a long way to go? That's a very good question. I don't know. I don't think she. Look, last year she went sub 51, went into the Olympic Games, and I felt like she was going to be much more competitive at the Olympic Games than ever before, because she did finally crack that big barrier. But at the end of the day, she didn't. She wasn't even competitive in a sense, and I think they're working on closing the gap on Sydney McLaughlin. The fact that they've already changed her hurdling technique again, the way she attacks the hurdles, weaker leg, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't. I'm not quite sure. I don't think anyone can challenge Sydney. It's not a thing. I think the best Femke can do, if you want to say it's a closing the gap, is probably 2/10 of a second. I don't know, something like that on behind. But it has to be a bad day for McLaughlin, to be honest with you. I don't know she has to start dropping, going sub 51 again for me to think that she might be competitive there. All in the game says, where is it? Femke 50-95 was at altitude. Yeah. So yeah, that also helps, obviously. Mark says, DeGroat says, fantastic result from Schilder. Yeah, Jessica's been throwing well. The women's shot put is really hard to call. I think Mitten, Chase Jackson, yeah. Yeah. So I want to see that 20.91 from God that All in the Game was talking about there into a minus 0.19 win. That is ridiculous. So the kid is certified sub 20, but he hasn't gotten the conditions yet for that. So Beckford here clearing at 2 meters 15. All in the Game says Femke at her 51.30 sea level best is almost a full second behind Sid's 50.37. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be any catching, to be honest with you. So we'll see. Did I miss any other? Oh, yeah. So Common Sense 1959 says Knight needs to build her endurance by running flat 400 as background preparation. Yeah, I guess the question is I think if you can go sub 52, 53, if you can get into the 52 lows, then you're mid to 52 lows, you might be on course for medaling, right? But we usually used to say the medals are going to be Sydney and Femke, and I still stand by that. And Anna Cockrell, upset the party last year, but we'll see. Yeah. All in the Game, Delina, Anna, Jasmine, all battling for second spots behind Sid, Will Shamirli to who hasn't looked good even in the event in a long time. Yeah, what will Shamirli to do? I don't know. We've been talking about it for a while. Not quite sure what we'll get from her. Yeah. All in the Game, Delila's 52.58 today is the 5th fastest time ever. She's in great shape. Yeah, more than great shape at her age. Glima says Netherlands have never given Femke a chance to beat Sydney. She competes in mixed relays since the Tokyo Olympics. I feel she'll have a better. She would have had a better PB. Well, this year I think they've done something different. She didn't run the indoor season the way she normally did. I think they're pacing, they're testing, they're giving her the opportunity to perform at her very best. I still think her performing at her very best is gonna come up short against McLaughlin, which is nothing to be upset by. We're talking about the all-time great athlete here. Yeah, it's unfortunate that people come around in the time of McLaughlin, but that's how the sport looks. KC says Femke might not have to worry about Sydney. Seems Sydney's looking at the 400 straight as our event. Possibly, possibly. And speaking of the 400 meters, that's on track right now. That should be really good running here. We're looking at Nikisha Price. There is Paulina there. In the mix, Lika Klava, Bukawea there, which was Kazmarek. Alia Butler as well. Martina Ville, who had a Chilean record earlier this year too. So good strong team here. Let's see what we get. Should be an easy win for Paulina, as we know. Let's see what we get. Balia running, Butler running well there. Paulina not really working the backstretch, but that's not something that I'll be concerned about because she generally picks it up by the time we get to about 350 mark there. Butler's running really well too, right beside Paulina, who's getting into her step right now. Yeah. Price also looking good. It's Butler, Paulina, not right there right now, but she's gonna step on the gas, I think. So Paulina moving through, Price kind of fading a little bit. Whoa, that's a big dip there from Paulina to beat Butler. That's a big run, 49.07. Official 49.06. Let's get there. That is really tight running there. 49.06 for Paulina there. Had to work, had to do a dip to beat Butler. Alia Butler there with a fabulous run. Really put pressure on the Olympic champion. Nikisha Price there holding on for third place there. Season best for her, 49.63. And Kazmarek was coming as well at 49.72. Look at that. It was almost like Paulina didn't want to run today. 49.06, 49.09. Personal best for Alia Butler there, edging down to close to 48 seconds. Good running. Really, really good running here. Let's see where we are here. Mark says Femke Dilala might run sub 52 in Tokyo. Femke better watch out. It's gonna be wild, right? All in the game. Paulina, close one. Paulina always does enough. Yeah, she's right there. All football. Big up, mate. I'm quite sad because I just missed Scout Gosh race. I couldn't see any coverage. I didn't see the race either. Got to see that as well. Hopefully I get to see it soon. And all in the game. So many athletes could do with Paulina's never say die mentality. It is. That's the thing about the Olympic champion, right? She doesn't give it away for free. You got to really, really take it from her. And Mark says Butler is very strong. Yeah, Alia Butler having a really fabulous season already. And you can't complain. Personal best there from Butler. Only 21 years of age. I think she has a lot to offer. Yeah. Already with good running earlier this year and beating her PB. What was her PB before? Like 49.2, I think 49.26.25 there. Javon Harrison here navigating 2:19, clears that really easily. All football says, who we all backing in the men's 200? I got Noah. It's hard for me to go with Lyles because we haven't seen him run at all. So I'm not sure. I don't know what we'll get. Bogo, I suspect, should be, he ran really well last week, coming back off from injury at Nike Prefontaine, running what world leading time. Should be, should be him. Oh, okay, let's see. All in the game says Exid, Butler, Kellen Brown, Bella Whitaker are the future of US 400 for sure. Whitaker I like a lot. I think she has a lot in the tank. I think she could get down to 48 seconds too. Really, really good athlete. Yeah. Paulette saying Price, not bad, season best. It wasn't in the end. At one point, I thought she was fading, but Kazmarek was coming there, but she held off. I like the trend; it's moving in the right direction there for Nikisha Price, 49.63. Hopefully, she gets down much quicker to the truth is if you're not in the 48 range, you're not medaling. Honestly, when the medals are going to be dished out in Tokyo, I think you got to be very low 48 to be guaranteed a medal. You could run 48 8 and not see the podium. Not probably get fifth, sixth, right? So it's too competitive of a field. The women have stepped the game up in terms of the times. We have to probably say that for the men again in terms of the consistency we saw last year and probably what we might see this year as well. So if Nikisha wants to be in and around the podium, she gotta come better than that. But I like what I'm seeing there. Gambit, what's up? My money's on Noah. You're saying Daniel Jr. said did not expect it to be so close. Yeah, but when you look at Paulina there, it's hard to do facial kind of interpretation. But I think she's just like, all right, I'm gonna win it still, right? And so 800 meters on the track, guys. That's going to be outrageously good. This is the entire field from, I think, from Paris, maybe -1, adding Josh Howie here. This is going to be ridiculous. Yeah. Fast Focus says the drama boy should have had a wheelchair just in case he's. Jesus. I should check these things. Is there any 100 or 200? Yeah, we'll get to see the Olympic champion Julian Alfred later as well. Yeah, all in the game saying big 800 meters. Yeah, I agree. Mark says if Sydney runs 49 flat, she might choose the 400. Possibly, depends on what. There's Sajati there. There's Tuwal, Wanyoni, Masalele. I mean, my God, there's Arap is here. Josh Howie, Bergen, Atawi, Hoppo. It's outrageous here. Outrageous. Jamaica 4x4 mix all need to ensure. Yeah, I saw that thing last week in Barbados, and like I predicted, there's no way those guys would have run anywhere close to even 38 low, and they didn't. Well, it looks like the team for the big three have announced themselves for the London Diamond League to challenge for that 4x1. So we'll see. I'll be on the roads for that next week, but I'll hopefully get a chance to look at that. But anyway, 800 meters coming up right now, guys. The Bryce Hopper right there, just getting introduced. This is going to be big, big, big run. So good start here. Let's see what we get. I mean, Arup is way at the back. I'm not sure what's going on. Where's Wanyoni? I'm not even seeing him right now. Masalele is there. Josh Howe is there too. Sup, Cheryl? I'll get to you in a second. Sarachki went through at 49.21. That's pretty quick there. A Rupp, a Towie there, way in the back. Wanyoni is now stepping now. He's putting distance on these guys. Josh Howe is trying to make a move too. A Rupp is way behind and he's like flying his way around here. I don't know if he has anything in the tank to come back. But it's going to be Emmanuel Wanyoni here. He's going to run super fast. This is going to be sub 42 for sure. Wanyoni here, 140, 144. Crazy running. Sajati there with a blistering run as well. Josh Howie there as well. It looks like Howie ahead of Sajati. I'll get back to the comments, guys. I was just like this. I couldn't process this. There's like too many guys to look at there, right there. Howie 142.01. That's a personal best for him. Really quick. A Rupp was really in the back for sure. I don't know what was happening there. I don't know if he didn't like the pace. Peter Boyle also running a fabulous time there. Era record for him. 141.44, guys. That's a meeting record, the fastest time in the world. Look at that. This is all really great times here. Even Bryce Hoppel well, maybe not, but 142 all the way down there. Really good running. Atawi there at 143.99. That's a surprise to me too. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. All in the game. Another meet record goes. What was Arup doing? I'm not sure. That's a really good question there. No idea what he was doing. Cheryl, not be negative, but Jamaica will not qualify 4x1 London. Give me some more there. I don't know why would this why. Let's process that. I believe if the team is in shape, if they can exchange properly, that's a 37-16 for sure. That should get them there. Surprise, yeah. All in the game says good run by Peter Boyle. Yeah, really good. Shelby McEwen here trying to do 219. Nice. A lot more there for him there. Easy clearance there. The original boy is strong. How is that not being negative? You guys are be easy now. Yeah, I think if you have Akeem Blake, you have Shane Thompson, you have Wu here going over 219. Let me just look at that. And Oblique Civil. That should be there. I think the current 16th place is still Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's I think it's 38-20 or something like that, or 38 something. I have to look at it. Yeah. No, I made a mistake there, Gleeman. It wasn't Wanyoni at the back. It was a Rupp at the back. At first, I couldn't find Wanyoni too. It was just like a bunch of guys running. It's just outrageous running there. I have to process this 800 again. Wanyoni there at 141.44. That's outrageous running. And comfortably winning. Josh Howie was in the mix. Then Sajrati was really flying down. They're coming in at 142.20. Peter Boyle That's a big, big time too. All these 142 guys, even a Rupp there coming at 142.73, season best for him. That's superb running. I think he navigated the race incorrectly. I'm not sure what happened. He was way behind the pack there. Had he been in the mix a little bit more, perhaps he could have run much faster than that. The surprising thing for me was Tuol and you know and Atawi and Masalele too at 153. That's surprising. Bryce Hoppel hasn't been running the way you want him to run either, but there's still time. Right. Thanks. Yeah, I did say that 38:20. So that's the time. Original says not saying no, but no. Angela says they have the speed, but they have to do more relay practice to seal it. Yeah, well, with that kind of leg speed, I think comfortable exchanges is still a sub 38. If if they can't run sub 38 on what would be called comfortable exchangings, then there's a problem. There really would be a problem there. There would be a problem. I would say the problem would lie on the athletes there. To get up to the levels that you want them to run, like in terms of running really low 37s, which I think they're capable of doing that. Because you're talking about a guy that's in 9.7 shape, a 9.8 guy, another 9.9 guy can hovering in a 9.8 shape here. You add a Brian Level to that, you add other people to the mix. You're talking about a unit of guys that if they can get the baton exchange properly, then we're looking at very low 37s. I think in this is a team that should be able to just do a couple practice sessions there, talk to each other, do comfortable exchanges, and still run 37.8 for me. And if they can't do that, then I think that's a problem. Doreen, how you doing? Top of the afternoon. She's saying to me, same to you. All in the game says Jamaica women's 4x4 still needs to run a fast time. Otherwise, a full strength Czechia can sneak them. Yeah, that's true. They need to get that together too. They need to get that together. 110-meter hurdles coming up here for men. We're looking at Murataki there. We're looking at Trey Cunningham, Cordell Tinch, Dylan Beard now, who I think is in really good shape. The Swiss guys have uncovered a kid too, Jason Joseph there. I like him. Balisian is there as well. So this should be a good run here. Tinch hasn't looked so great since his 1287, but he's been in the mix. Trey Cunningham having a good season too, 13 flat for him as well. Season best, equaling his personal best this season as well. But you have to like what you're seeing from the likes of Beard in terms of how he's approaching the season. Yeah. So that's coming up. Men's 110 hurdles, really competitive. Not as competitive as the women's 100-meter hurdles, but nothing can be that competitive. But it's an interesting space this year. So guys, they're getting in the blocks right here now. Let's see what we get from Cordell Tinch. I think he probably surprised himself earlier this season with that 1287. He ran 1287 early in the season. If you're the coach, you want to pull him back immediately because that's too quick, too early. But let's see what we'll get here. Grant Holloway, not in the best of shape this year. Came back a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago. So we'll see. Papim Boss, what's going on? America has 8 of the top 10 times this season. Yeah, they're stacked. The US Championships, probably, as we saw last year, the Olympic Championships. ridiculous. Guys can't get on a team. All right, their recall gun there. It looks like Balassian is out. He looked quick. I don't think you needed anything there to judge that. So Balassian clearly false started here. So we'll see. They're readjusting some hurdles in the meantime. Yeah, Papine is saying America's 8 of a 10 for sure. Papine is also saying blessings, boss. Yeah, blessings to you. All in the game. US champs in almost every track event in distance will be a bloodbath. So competitive. It is. It is. I think the Americans have been going through a purple patch in terms of not only top class athletes, but the depth of athletes that are coming through. It's up there. It's up there. So 7 men take the start. Sub chariot, we'll get to you in a second there. All in the game says Trey will not crack 13s yet again. Let's see what Trey is in great shape, I think. Yeah. So clean star here. Beard looking good. Cunningham looks the best of the lot though. Tinch looking good as well. He's right beside Trey Cunningham. Beard coming. It's gonna be Cunningham. It is Cunningham ahead of Cordell Tinch. It looks like it could be Tharp as well there, or is it Beard? Beard looked like he got run out from a bunch of guys too. Let's see. Ooh, it's a lot of photo finish here, guys. Lots of photo finish. We're looking at 13:09 for Cunningham. That's really good running for him. Staying in those low 13s. Cordell Tinch 13:14, and 3 men running 13:17. Photo finish here. I thought it was Beard at first, but a bunch of guys coming through like Tharp as well and Murataki as well, the Japanese athlete. So really good lean there from Trey. Efficient at the end there to ensure that he held off Cordell Tinch on the lot. All in the game says the kid Tharp is special. The Tharp kid is special. He looks so. He's also saying Murataki could sneak a home medal. You'd have to think the Japanese have a couple of hurdlers. Murataki, he has the ability. I don't know if home crowd will, be a fillip for him, a boost. Could also be pressure. It's just so difficult to really think through the medals. I just don't have a sense of where those things could go, right? It's one of those things. Papine Boss is saying John L. Smith selfish. She knows she won't make the time. Why not give Tia the opportunity? So I guess you're talking about the Nakak championship spot. Yeah, so it's interesting. Word that initially that Clayton was gonna run, then now she's not. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say there. Look, it's hard to say selfish here because it's a competitive sport. You have to run individually. So No, she wants a spot. If she wins, she'll get the spot. The area champion, she'll get the spot, unless she doesn't get it on world ranking. Capitolinic here at 20.23. So I don't know. Look, there's another way. I suspect if Jackson doesn't run 100 meters, then we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't seem that way, Mark. At least I don't know. Cheryl says 200-meter bus an hour. Raymond Richards here clearing 20.23 on his first attempt there, the Jamaican high jumper. Interesting kind of run up and foot position there for Richards. He was extended his leg way out before he went up. That looks like he's not going to go up with that. That's interesting. I'm surprised he cleared that. Stefala here at 2 meters 23 as well. So a bunch of guys going over on that. All in the game says Tia should just focus on trying to win Diamond League 100 final. Yeah, I think that's an option too. She should try to do that. And I suspect if I know you would disagree with this all in the game, or you might agree with this analysis rather. There's been talk that Jackson may not want to run 100 meters, but she's been running better over the last how many years? Over 100, last year or so, over 100 meters, given all those injuries. So that's probably the space she should be. But if she decided not to run, then you could then open the door, because then I think the rules would allow for the administration to pick that third spot. We'll see. Sonia says, why is Janelle selfish? I don't understand the reasoning. And Papimba says she would have to run faster than 10.8. We all know Janelle doesn't have that in her. Yeah, so the interesting thing is, track and field is an individual sport. So she gets the chance. It's very hard for her to give that up. Not even for country. Because her getting to the World Championships could be the difference between, her living or livelihood, right? That's the kind of thing there. It doesn't come with the sympathy side there. I get the logic of what you're saying, like you want a better athlete to run, but that's not how it works, unfortunately, right? All in the game says Jaka has been much better in 100 and 200 over the last 12 months. Yeah, it is true. It is true. And so I would say she would be a lock for the 100 meters there, right? She would want to run it. Yeah. But we'll see. So that was a good run there from Cunningham and winning there. Coming up next is going to be the 1,000-meter final there. Jessica Hull in the mix, Jamarike, Nakai, Vero as well, that young Swiss athlete. I like her over 800 meters. Chepchirchir is there too. Mary Moore is in the mix. This should be pretty good. Who else is in this? Gimel Moore is there. They're the French athlete there. She should be good. Yeah. Janelle should have declined. 1080 is not possible right now. Papine is saying. Yeah, I don't think she can run 10.8 to be honest, but hey, it's one of those things. Gleeman says winning Diamond League final is a stretch, as she has to beat everyone still. Yeah. Angela said, I think Tia is injured, I guess. Yeah, I was also surprised that she's coming back that quick. I'm not really sure. Running with a big strapping, we saw it in the Jamaica Championship, didn't work out. is why push it? All in the game says Big Chip Chirchir and War fan. I really like them both. Curious how close they can get to fits. 229. I don't know if they. I don't know. That's a good question. I want to see what Jessica Hall can do. Last year she ran really well at this, but I'm not. I don't really know. Hall hasn't been at supreme best either. Miramore for me, I'm not quite sure. Her season has been choppy as well. Yeah. So first 200 there, a little bit on the around 30 seconds there, so that's pretty fast. Yeah. Christophe Cole is the pacer, I believe. Yeah. So I think they went out too fast here. 58, 51 at 400 meters. That's more like it. Still a slightly quick, but they came back substantially there. Mora looks like she's out of the Hall is still in the mix right now. 128 at 600. That's pretty fast. Jessica Hall in the lead there. Gemma Rike changing places with Wiley. Chip Chirchir right now in fourth. Wero is like way behind. I don't think she can handle this kind of heat. Look at Chip Chirchir now. She's now stepping up onto the right of Jessica Hall, and she's moving way past her. Interesting stride pattern there. Long legs. She's gonna move this. Hall is still in the mix. Anderson there from the United States is right behind Gemma Rike. It looks like she's gonna step outside of Wiley rather. She's gonna step way to the right there. Nelly Chepchirchir is gonna win this comfortably. It's gonna be a super fast time. 229.77. Hey, you're right on in the game. Really close. 229.77. I think Wiley there in second, and then Hull. That's really good earning. Let's get Marymoore there finishing way down the bottom there. So this is it. 229 there. It's going sub 230. Really quick time there. Good running from Anderson, from Wiley and Hull rather. Era record for Jessica Hull. Sinclair Johnson there, also a PB. A bunch of season best PBs here. It's also an event that you don't run that often, so you'll get a bunch of that. Miramore, not quite sure what to make of that. We're there at 234.88. So the 800-meter runners, they're not faring particularly well in the end. Nakai, they're running a national record for Uganda, 231.67. Let me get back to the comments. All in the game says Nelly Chepchirchir having a fantastic season so far. I agree. She's a great talent. Sonia says, Cheryl Robinson, you're saying Sharika can't medal in the 200 is really funny. Did I miss that? All in the game, Wiley should win US 800 trials in this shape. You'd have to think. I have to look at the list again. I'm trying to think where the women's 800 is for the USA. I'm not. Yeah, Harrison here clearing 227. Looks like he's still. I think he has like 232 in those legs for sure. Maybe just brushing it with the calf. Maybe I'm not quite sure the angle there. Common sense says I think Sharika should only focus on one event this year and don't push herself too much. Interesting point there. Yeah, it's difficult when you come back from long-term injury. Trending down in the 100 looks decent to me. I would say if she can't run 21.9 in the next 2 weeks, then maybe the 200 is not the space this year. It's very, that could be an interesting thing. Yeah. Gleeman says, Poppy, in the book, responding to Papine Boss, the rules are that you should be the era champ and have the fastest time, which is 10.75. I meant for Tia to qualify, she would have to win to win and run 10.74. Okay. And Papine Boss 10.8, not too well. I don't know about that. it's like that's like a meter there. Well, not quite, but very close. Daniel Jr. says all the 800 women are not at their best. It's anyone's game. And you mean you in reference to USA, right? There's a shot here at Jordan Scott. It looks like here in the triple jump. Let me see what's going on in triple jump. I haven't checked the results on that in a while. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I came out of that. The triple jump. Let's see where the triple jump is. Scott is in the lead. It's just started, so it's only first round in the men's triple jump, 16.79. So nothing to see yet. Well, although Diaz Hernandez just jumped 17.15 on his second attempt, so it's warming up right now. Oh, Daniel says, I mean, Keely Mora, Mo. Yeah, Mo, right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I think Prudence has been running well this season. The Ethiopian athlete also should be in good shape. What's her name? Duguma. So I don't. Uh, I think it should be fine still. Yeah, yeah. All in the game says Dumas and Sedagis are the best 800 runners this year. Then Wiley. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no Keely. I think I'm not sure if we'll see Keely. She's pulled out of a couple meets. Niggles there. I don't know what to say about a thing. It's puzzling. That's the way I would look at it. I've seen some post race interviews from her, and it looks more like papering over the cracks. I'm not quite sure what Bobby Kersey's doing. Weeks ago, he had done an interview with Athletics Weekly. I read it, and I wanted to give it some chance. And he's tinkering with that thing, but it's getting to the point where I'm not quite sure it's working out over there. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Cheryl says she cannot beat Battle Alfred, Gabby, or Jefferson this year. If Jackson runs 200, she'll get fifth. Uh, yeah. Daniel says paper and avoca. What that mean? Never heard that saying. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like there's a lot of yeah. There's a lot of issues going on. To be honest with you, so it's hard to know. Yeah. All in the game says Corrales just cleared at 592, so men's pole vault heating up as well. All in the game says, I think should wait till the end of the season to decide on going back to our former coach Milton Mallard, and he's in California now, right? So that should work out. Papimba says Sherika not looking convincing this season. Yeah. Yeah, it's she's not racing a lot, so it's hard to make real big statements here. Mondo, they're clearing 592 quite easily. I think he's waiting for the guys to drop out, then he's gonna attempt a world record again. That's his thing. All right, so next on the track will be the women's 100-meter hurdles. Let me get that on the screen. I forgot I came out just briefly a while ago. So that should be an interesting run. Grace Stark for me has been having probably the best season, if I'm in terms of the consistency, the quality of the hurdling. But it still doesn't mean much because the field is so competitive. Good to see Masai Russell back. Again, fastest time of the year at 12:17 over Tia Jones there at 19, all the way back in Miramar. We can argue about the conditions there. But this should be a really, really good race. Devon Charlton in the mix. But Megan Tapper coming off of a 12:34 at Jamaica Championships, looking really good. Vissa Kambunji also in the mix. Alia Armstrong as well. It should be quick. All in the Game says, if Sharika doesn't look anywhere running sub 22 next time she runs it on the circuit, she's not winning the event in Tokyo. I agree. I think I would be concerned if she can't run 21.9 in 2 weeks. Say if she were to run, I don't know. I haven't seen the lineup for London. I'm not sure if she's going to be there. There's a few more meets. I believe she needs to run a 21.9 to suggest that she can get down to 21.8 or so by the time you get to Tokyo. I think 21.8 should put you on the podium. Will you win? I don't know. I doubt it, but it could be interesting, Yeah. Gleeman says it's not Bobby's fault. A thing is not performing. Her head is not in the game, and there is no hunger as well. We saw it last year as well, and we see that she hits pain threshold. Interesting. Yeah, there's that, right? There's been that, to be honest with you. People argue about commitment, that kind of stuff. It's hard to judge. I get it. It's hard to judge, but it's not out of the question. I would argue as well. Yeah. Cheryl says love Sharika, but not getting to sub 22. It's really a tough claim there. If she doesn't do it, I agree. If she can't get to sub 22, then it might be a challenge. It will be a challenge. Yeah. All right, let's see what this hurdles can do. Megan Tapper, fresh off of her really great Jamaica run there. She had a season best of 12:34. She pulled out of that meet in the Racers Grand Prix to focus on being fit and healthy for the Jamaica Championship. She made the team. As we've said before, she's been the most unfortunate athlete in terms of times not getting into a final, both in Budapest and in Eugene some years ago. Let's see what we get. Either way, this should be a quick race. She looked fabulous the other day, but it's hard to call. Yeah. So really good start from Tapa there. Grace Stark also looking good, but Tapa really clean hurdling there from Megan Tapa. Kambunji out there in lane 8 by herself too. But it's going to be Tapa. Ooh, ahead of Kambunji. 12:34 for Megan Tapa into a minus 1.1 win. She's in form. Really in form there for Megan Tapa. Really in form. 12:34 for Tapa, 12:43 for Kambunji. Vessa 1256, Masai Rosso 1257, Stark 1264. That is a surprise for me. And Ali Armstrong 1268, Charlton 1269, and Kamarsi 1282. Equal in our PB there, Megan Tappa. Look at that. Really clean hurdling there from Megan Tappa. She left them for dead, powered the way through. Kambunji was working hard as well. Look at that. Kind of steely determination on the face. I don't think she hit any. Let's get back to the comments there, guys. I missed all of this. Cheryl says, top up, fire the original BI strong, Papine boss says topper. Dina, what's up? 21-7 will win the 200, and I will not count out Sharika because her 100, I guess he meant has been okay. Ferdinand, you on the scene. How you doing? Good to see you. Robert says Sharika's issue seems to be more mental than physical. It's an interesting one. I've been talking about that for weeks now because, you know, when you come back from long-term injury, it takes a while to run free. But she's been running a while now, so you would assume it should be. Papin says tapper ready. One tapper from the original BI strong. Dina says bop bop. Paulette says tapper on top. Let's look at Hernandez here. I think they're showing is 17-15 here in the triple jump. Looks smooth there. Angela says, love this for Megan. Yeah, we all do. I think, you know, Megan is a really, really focused athlete. All in the game. Kanbunji just went from 1266 to 1243. She's low-key dangerous. That's the thing with Ditaje. Even Munjinga, like, you know, for years she'll just show up when it matters. Yeah. It's kind of interesting season for Ditaje as well. Ran a few races, didn't look so good. I think she stopped and went on some training. I don't know if they went to Spain or someplace like that. I can't remember now. But did some work. You know, getting on that Swiss team is not hard. And yeah, I think you can never count her out in terms of being dangerous. Yeah. Oh, that's a really good jump there from Jordan Scott. Not quite sure what the distance is. His first attempt was 16:79, and I didn't check the results. He's swaying down to the right of the pit, though. 17:10 there for Scott, so that won't take the lead, but that's a better jump. Dina says, love this for Megan. Paulette, you can't stop her this year. And I guess he meant Megan. Papine Boss says, once Tapper gets that start, you won't catch her. Yeah, it was a really good start. I mean, Devon Charlton looked like she had a better start, at least to hurdle one or so from the angle that I saw. I have to look at it again. But it was all Megan after that. Common Sense 1951 says Tapper is in great shape and consistent in her performance since the Jamaica trials. Paulette says she didn't hit any of the hurdles. That's what it looked like to me. It looked really good. What's going on here? It's as if we lost the stream. And Daniel Jr. says, now can Tapper get on the podium again? Hard to call, but you would like her chances. You would have to like her chances. I think you'd like anybody's chances if they're in the low 12 threes and sub 12 threes. I feel you want to go into a championship feeling that you can pop out at 12-2. If you can pop out at 12-2, then you're pretty much in the mix for getting on a podium. Will it happen? I don't know. It's just too good of a feel. It's just too good of a feel. Yeah, it's just too good of a feel. No, I don't. I'm not quite sure, Africa Rain, where you can get a link there. Maybe someone can hook you up on that. Ferdinand says, "Well done, Tapa." He's also loving Vessa as well. Vessa's been quietly running well. She always runs well as well. You know, it's just that one of those things. Really, really tough. There's going to be a 5,000-meter race. I like the Swiss guy. Almgren there. He ran really well recently. There's Geberwet there, but he's been around for a while. Not quite sure what we'll get for this 5,000 meters here, but we'll see. Uh, Robert says when it comes to rounds, it's a different form. It's different from running one race. Very true. Very true. It's going to be tough. The the situation that we have this year, that I think if you are on the flat, you know, and well, not even if you're not on the flat, it's that you don't have to worry about the times to get in anymore. So it's going to be a 9-lane final at the World Championships. First time we're going to see 9-lane final. And what that means is that, you know, when you get to those semifinals, you just finish in the top three. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I just ran 12.4 and can't get in on you know, no sitting in the queue room. That's the kind of thing that will happen. So we'll see. Papimba says Russell fell off tremendously. Masai picked up a couple some niggles there recently, I believe. So I don't know if I would say she's fallen off. Obviously, the time's not looking the same that we saw earlier when she ran predominantly fast in the Grand Slam track and so on. But I think she'll be fine. As long as she's healthy, I think she'll be fine. Mark says no US women in top three here. Maybe jet lag. Oh, you meant jet lag. Yeah, you know, there was Nike Prefontaine for some of the athletes, so who knows? Yeah. But that impacts even other athletes who are there too. The original BI Strong says just get to the finals and don't make any mistake in the finals. In hurdles, all it takes is one mistake and you're done. It is. It's one of those things. And the mistakes come in various ways. Sometimes you don't get out well enough, and then you're like chasing it and you're going too fast. It's one of those things, right? I still think the best hurdling I've seen so far this season comes from Grace Stark. The efficiency over the hurdles have been a joy to watch. Didn't run well today, but you know, she's already running. She ran what 12 twos this season. Toby Amerson's legitimately back too. I think Akira Nugent is in really great shape. It's just a really hard space to make any real sense of where we are here. Yeah. 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 So 5,000 meters going on. Then the next thing on the track will be the 200 meters for men. And we'll get a chance to see Noah Lyles. Let's see Tobogo fresh off of his 1971 last week, fastest time in the world. We haven't seen Kung Fu Kenny. He pulled out of a meet a few weeks ago. And so hopefully he can get back into good shape. Jareem Richards will be here too, already with a fast time this season. As what the 1986 the season he ran at ran at one of those Grand Slam meets. And speaking of Grand Slam, hopefully you guys got a chance to see my interview with Dan Kaplan about Grand Slam. So if you saw that, if you haven't seen it, when you're done, you know, give it a look. You know, yeah. I'll put a link to it in the chat for those if you haven't seen it as yet. No, Kenny's not running. I just mentioned his name in the sense that he was out of he pulled out of some meets recently. And so at this stage it would have been great to see Kung Fu Kenny with Noah and Let's Sealy. But we'll see Richards, we'll see Lyles, we'll see Let's Sealy. Oganda is there. already with a good running this with a 1986 this year as well. Charamba in the mix as well. So it should be a good race. I think it's going to be one of those kind of races where I think Tiboga is going to want to put some dominance. He's going to want to exhibit that, right? He's already talking about that. So that's the starting lineup there, and I'll get to that in a second. All in the game says have Miss Samba Mayela, yeah, definitely, and Jasmine Camacho Quinn in this season in the 100-meter hurdles. It's true. Samba Mayela, really talented athlete. Yeah, been injured all season. Same for Camacho Quinn, but there were signs that she was coming back. Jasmine, that is. We'll see. Yeah. The original BI Strong says, I got Tiboga for the win. Yeah, I think he should do it. Wu here trying to go over 2 meters 30, and he clears this. You gotta like it. Comfortable clearance there at 230. Lot more to give. Yeah. Mark says, can you make a 200 pole with Tiboga? I'm by myself, Mark. I don't even do the polls when I'm not here. Yeah. Normally, when I have like someone else helping me on the stream, they can run the polls. Next time. Let me see. Yeah. Appreciate everyone coming through. Ferdinand says, I'm going with Sweden for 5K European record. Possibly. I took my eyes off of this 5,000 meters. Let me see where we are here on the 5,000 meters. Looks like, I think they went through the first KM at 2:42 and change. So we're at like 5 minutes and 7 right now. So they're just around 2,000 meters at 5:06:04. It's really good pace there. It looks like I gotta check the standing. It looks like, is that Kajelcha there? It looks like, yeah. The Swedish athlete though, all in the game, really, really doing some interesting stuff. He coming on the scene there. Right now it's Kajelcha. If the pacer is still in the race, but Kajelcha is in the mix at, yeah, also Almgren as well. So it should be good. Should be good. All in the game coming through there on the Mondo meet record 6:05 for pole vault. Thanks for the update. I haven't looked at it. I should have been putting the pole vault on the other stream. Let me see what the pole vault is right now. Just give an update on the pole. It is, let me put that on the screen real quickly. The men's pole vault right now, Mondo has won it at 6:05. I think, right? Yeah. Meeting record. Coriolis at 5:92. At some point, I think Mondo he'll go for the world record again. That's basically what he's saying. Let's see. Lavinia is still around. Sam Kendrick's there. Casey Lightfoot out at 5:47. Curtis Marshall jumping well at 5:92 as well. Coriolis is the only athlete that can probably consistently get into that 6-meter shape there. And let's see where we are in the high jump real quickly. I just do a equal world leading performance there for Wu. Steffler here trying to go over 230. He does go there. That's like earlier jumping, I think. So I think they're behind on the main feed with the high jump there. So Wu in the lead at 234. Steffler has at 232. Harrison out at 227. So Richards and Beckford out at 223 as well. All in games is Corrales has 2 attempts at 610. I'm gonna switch on that screen. I need to see that because I want to see those. I want to see the stream for the um I just want to see the pole vault stream, to be honest with you. Let's see. All right. So I got the pole vault stream on as well. Sorry. Yeah. Back to the stream. Sorry, everyone. So right now, Kejelsha is making a really, really impressive run right now. He's leading by some 19, 20 meters, it looks like. As you know, Kejelsha is one of those athletes that can pull up really, 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 really good times here. Hagos is right there behind him, but a substantial distance there. Balu too as well. Yeah. Yomif Kajalcha here with a good 30-meter lead now, 25 going on to 30-meter lead from the rest. So unless he fades, I can't see the others coming there. But Balu and Geberet right there side by side. So there's some separation of the running now. He's putting on the my gosh, he's opening up on them right now. Yeah. I want a pole vault stream. Sorry. All right, so there's Coriolis there. I want to see him trying that 610 in a second. All right, let me get back to comments real quickly. Ferdinand says Toboga to win 200. Yeah, I would put my money on that. It would be exciting to see if Lyles could run fast. Right now, Kejelcha has a 50-meter lead on these guys. It's ridiculous. He looks like he might be on course for like a 12-4 pace here. 12-4 and change. Could be faster if he continues on this. He's moving. Lavinier there and Mondo having a chat. Look at Kejelcha now. I think he's going to run 12, sub 12-4 for sure. Because he's going to go around one final lap, it looks like, coming up soon. He's at 11:37 here. And it's like at 11:43. He's going to run 12. He's going to run 12-4 or faster than that for sure. This is ridiculous. Unless he looks like he might be slowing down. This has to be a 12-4 run for sure, but he's not moving as fast. I think the lights, he's not with the lights anymore. But Kajalcha has a good 60, 70, almost 70-meter lead on the rest of the guys here. Outrageous. Belu's there, Gressa as well. Abilali. Looks like Corrales hasn't jumped yet. No, he's slowing down. It's like 12:38 here. It's gonna be like more like it's gonna be sub 12:50 for sure. Maybe just 12:49.46 for get. Looks like Gressier ahead of Belu there. Really, really good running. Kajalcha there with a big run there. 12:49.46 the official time. Let me get on the screen in a second. I think he slowed down on the end. He was really pushing it. He still won by a sizable lead there, Yomif Kajalcha, but just didn't have enough in the legs to go sub 12:4. He looked like he could have on the penultimate lap. Yeah. Gressier there, 12:53, 12:53.1 for Belu, 12:53.63 there for as well. Yeah, really good running there for a bunch of these guys. All right. Coriolis here about to attempt 6:10 on this. It looks like Almgren there suffered some injury. He- oh, Coriolis almost there at 6:10. Almost. He has that in the legs. So Coriolis balls out on his second attempt at 6:10 there, but he almost made it. Let me see on the replay there. He has it in him. He has it. Who he hits it off with maybe underneath the arm there, maybe part of the torso. Let's see. No, yeah, the torso hits it off. Uh yeah, I think he can do this. Probably a more of a management of the the rounds. All right. Let's get back to some of these comments and what's going on here. Like, what have I missed? Everett Travis says, "I'm going with Noah Lyles to win 200." That is his wife. Uh, Janelle might have something else to say about that, right? Uh, Ferdinand says, "Well done, Yomif Kajelcha. The Swede didn't finish. He didn't. I think he. It looked. I saw a shot. I was trying to look at two different things at the same time. It looks like he was holding his hamstring there, so that isn't good. Hopefully, he's okay. Maybe it's cramp. You'd hope it's cramp more than anything else. Stefala there over the 232. Oh, we all yeah, I saw that jump already. All right, so we're getting to a point. Onika, what's going on? It's been said no, Drew. Have you heard this? Good afternoon. I haven't, not that I've seen yet. Wayne, what's up? Clash of the Titans, Lyles versus Tobogo. That's next on the track. I don't know if he withdrew. I'm not seeing it yet. I haven't seen it yet, rather, if that happened. So starting lineup, I'll just put that on the screen real quickly. It still has Lyles there, unless he didn't show. We'll get a sense in a second. Let me get it back. Onika says, I hope that's not true as he's still listed on the website. Yeah, right. I haven't seen anything. 1721 here for Yasa there in the I think he just did 1721, or maybe it's no, that's the jump before. Yeah, that looks big. Yasa Trekkie there. Is it 1721 again? Yeah, 1721 back to back. Gleeman says, guys, Aaron Knighton still fighting the drug ban or is he injured? Good question. I don't know about his status right now. He did it. They did meet recently because WADA had brought the case because they didn't agree with it with what USADA when USADA cleared him. So he had to deal with some of that stuff last on that's appealed by World Anti-Doping, but that doesn't prevent him from running. So I don't know what's happening there. Yeah. Yeah, Anika says twice. All in the game. Expected more from Andy Diaz in the triple jump. I was hoping he was going to do like a 17.6 or something today, or 17.5, or let's see where that is in the. So it's 17.21 for Trekkie there, back to back 17.21, and Diaz 17.15 and Scott 17.10. Scott already qualified for the Diamond League final. Django there, 1687. That's his last year for track and field for Fabrice Zango there too. Abia says, yes, the Ethiopian winning the goal. The time running started. I'm not sure I understand that. All right. It should be 200-meter time coming up. Let's get a sense of the lineup. So the lights are going off here in Monaco. A little flashing of lights. I guess they're creating a spectacle. Yeah, Lyles is there. So there's Tobogo, Ganda. I'm seeing Richards, Lyles in the back there. Charambo, I'm seeing him too. So it's going to be good. It's really going to be good running here. The original says all present. Lyles is there. Yeah, everybody's there. Oh, you're from Ethiopia. Really good. Yeah, my wife was just in Ethiopia the other day too, for a quick layover. She just brought me back about 5 different coffees from Ethiopia on my request, obviously. I have some Kenyan. I got some new Kenyan coffee too, so I'm gonna pull some shots this week and see. I tend to like Ethiopian coffee better than Kenyan coffee, but I don't know why I went off on a coffee talk. Anyway, Noah Lyles comes out. He's jumping up in spectacular form. He's clapping as if he's ready. This should be good. Physically looks good, but he hasn't run in a while. So let's see what we get. Jareem Richards already with a what was it, 1986 this season. Uh, he's in good shape. Richards ran a blistering 400 last year and didn't even medal. It's just a tough time for him there. Unfortunate. Anika says Toboga, Aganda, Lyles Richards. The original says, "Someone get the real wheelchair ready." Come on. And Mark is laughing at that. Cheryl says, "Noah for the win." Let's see. Let's focus on this race. In a second here, they're gonna get going. You guys are something else. You gotta think Mayak will play a good role for the Dutch 4x1 too. And Mio Mentela there too. Interesting athlete as well. So they shouldn't figure right now, but it should, yeah, it should be around. Toboga should be in the mix too. Let's see what Jeremy Richards will do. Let's see what we get from Lyles. We haven't seen him in a while. Will we get something super fast? Will we get a sub 19.7? I don't know. Last week, let's see, they gave us a 19.7, so let's see. It's a clean start right now. Toboga running an okay curve, not the best. Lyles running a really good curve, really ran past Richards there. He's going to come off ahead. Toboga is just slightly ahead of Lyles, and Lyles is stepping up again. Noah Lyles is going to win this. Lyles is going to take this ahead of Toboga, and it looks like Oganda there and Sharambo, I think. Look at it again. Hey, Noah, he's not joking around. He showed up. Look at that, 1988 there for Noah Lyles, season best for him. In the end, he comfortably won this race. He ran a much better curve than Jeremy Richards. Toboga doesn't run the curves the way he should, and he doesn't have any lift as usual. I don't know what's happening with Let's Sealy there, but Lyles look relaxed. I'm shocked by this. I didn't think Toboga would just give it away like that. Credit to Noah Lyles, obviously, his first race. It's been a while since he ran. It's a big run there for Noah Lyles. Showed up against the Olympic champion. Won. He's the talk. The talking is about to start. Everett says, "I told you, his wife. You're right there." Abia your life is good, nice, thank you. The original says held him off, was surprised. I was surprised too. I wasn't surprised he would run a good curve, but I just didn't think he would have what it takes there. Wu trying to go over 237. He knocks the bar off at 237. Yeah, it doesn't have any lift there. Hits that off easily. Cheryl says, "Told you Noah is the 200 boss." You did say that, Cheryl. Dina says 1988 won't win gold at Tokyo World Champs, so he needs to do better. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think he would. I would say if you're Lance, you look at this and you're like, well, he's been struggling with ankle injuries, and he's here. Mondo trying to break the world record at 229. He hits that first time. Yeah, didn't. Yeah, went right into the bar. I don't think maybe the pole isn't stiff enough. Yeah, I would say, Dina, that if you're Lance and Noah, you would say, haven't run in a while to run 1988. Still time to get into the right type of shape. But I agree with you. 1988 won't do anything at the World Championships. Okay, Everett says 100 is a sweetheart. The negative win. Oh yeah, let me check that again. Yeah, it's yeah, it's minus point 0.8 win as well. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming through. I missed some of those things. Afro Buddy says the king is back. What's up, Afro Buddy? Mark says win is negative. That's I don't know. I mean, it still wouldn't be that fast. The original says Usain isn't back. What time do you start? I'm not sure. Hit the notification bell, you know when I come on. Uh, so we have 3,000 meter steeplechase coming up, and then Mondo again trying a 2:29. No, he can't make it. Yeah, I don't think he has it in tonight. It's going to be El Bakali's going to be there, so that should be good. 3,000 meters. Kenneth Rooks is there. Freeway U as well. That should, yeah, a couple of good some Ethiopians there. Wally is there too. Serum is there. There should be a good 3,000 meter steeplechase in a second. And then tonight we'll cap off with the women's 100 meters. Let me put the 200-meter results up again just for official confirmation. Into a headwind. All in the game says good run from Big Man Charamba. I think I missed that. Yeah, 1999 in lane 4. Now it was a really good run. Three men going sub 20. Uganda there just missing the sub 20 bar there at 20.01. Yeah. 1988 for Lyles, 1997 for Tobago, Chiramba, 1999, Uganda 20.01. Big win there for Noah Lyles. Got to give him a lot of credit. He wasn't scheduled to run. He was a late entry to the Hercules Diamond League here in Monaco and showed up and had the better of Tobago, who ran 1976 last week in Eugene. Let's see where we are here. Cheryl says, with Noah showing his form, Kishane stands no chance. That's a bit early there, Cheryl, to say that. Afrobody will Lyles ever run 19.3 again? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't. The thing that we know for sure is that since Noah started to do the double, he hasn't run better than 19.5. So if you expect him to run 19.3 in a championship, I'm not sure he can do that doing the double. And can he do it on a one-off night? That's possible, but I don't know. He hasn't shown a 19.3 form since Eugene, so it's been a good while now. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure if that can happen, Afro. Dina says Tiboga still has the world lead and have a month and a half to get ready to have to get himself ready along with the injury he suffered will heal. Yeah, because he was out for a little bit with injury after the Doha Grand Prix. Someone just fell there at the start of the 3,000 meters. Was that Kenneth? And Abiba says that Wale is winning the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Yeah, possibly. We'll see. That just got off there. Let me get some more of these comments because they're coming in hot and fast. And you know I like to make sure you You guys' voices are heard. Eric says Lyle's just using fresh leg strategy. Notice he in the late jumps in in these races, so no one can prepare for him. Element of surprise until it fails him. Hmm, I get what you're saying. It could be a bit harsh there, Eric, but I get what you're saying. Maybe they just had great week in training and he felt good and he decided to show up. I don't know. We'll hear from him after the when they do. I'm sure he's going to do a bunch of presses soon, so we'll find out what's happening there. Anika says Jordan Scott 1744 PB. Whoa, thanks for that, Anika. I totally took my eye off the triple jump. Let me get it back on this screen here. I missed that. I had it on the pole vault and it's like so many screens I can watch at the same time. Let's get back. Let me get an update on the triple jump there. That's a big jump there for Jordan Scott. Big jump for him then. Scott on round number 5 going 1744.4 wind. Takes the lead. Personal best for Jordan Scott there. He's having a bumper year in the men's triple jump. Mustafa there in the lead. Tenduf and El Bakali. Early stages in the 3,000 meters still. Fear, I don't know where Kibiwat is right now. It's hard to. I'll take a check of that in a second. All right. Let me get back to some more of your comments here. The original BI Strong 19 days are gone. You don't get fast in the 200 after 2 Olympic cycles. Yeah, it might be challenging for him to get back there. I don't know if he can. I will say I'm fairly confident he can't do it in if he doubles in a major championship. Can he get a good night on the Diamond League circuit? Yeah. The Jordan Scott r- triple jump is on screen now. Ooh, really smooth jumping there. He looked more middle, like he middle the board this time. That was a big jump there from him. All football says that makes me feel more comfortable about believing in Kenny. I still think Kenny will win world championships 200. It, it's not out of the possibility. Kenny had to start the season really well, running what was that 19 eights, 19 yeah, 19 eights and 9 eights, I think, too, in the 100, if I'm not mistaken now. He hasn't competed for a little bit, but I think that's some niggles. If he gets healthy, he should be in the mix. I don't know. Abiba says Tobogo for him. Late entry is part of his strategy, according to Eric. Mark says, okay, race for youngsters. Yeah, the Dutch guy there, they look good. I think it's a good run for him too. Paulette says, Let's Seal is the one to beat in the 200. I still think so. If he's in great shape, if he gets it right, I think he can do some good damage there as well. Al-Wazi, if I'm pronouncing that. He can in the 200 only if he focus on the 200. I guess you're referring to Lyles going back to 19.3. Ferdinand says, Let me swallow my pride. Well done, Lyles, aka Captain America. All in the game, world indoor champ. Andy Diaz, 1775, jumper struggling to jump more than 715. Yeah, I don't know if he's struggling with something all in the game. I haven't kept up on like the news around him. El Bakali here in the lead of the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Once he gets to the front, it's really difficult for anyone to keep up with him. Wale is still there. Serum and Feriu. This is not going to be a quick time, it looks like. It's like 5:17, 5:32 now. How much time is left? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Andy Diaz, to be honest with you. He should be jumping big jumps. I'm yearning for the 18-meter days, but we'll see. The original BI Strong said it wasn't no fresh leg strategy. Monaco pays double prize money. Yeah, everyone likes to go to Monaco. It, beyond the payment at Monaco, it's the athlete relations that's really nice. The way in which they bring you into the meet. Yeah, it's the kind of fanfare, the luxury, the attention there. Uh, it's second to none in terms of how they treat the athletes. Yeah. Lyles jumps in when he peaks, according to Eric. Sure, that's for sure. We will definitely hear from Noah after the race. We won't stop hearing from him. Yeah. Everett Swaby says, well done, Jordan Scott. Eric says, this is one day Lyles won't have control of is the World Championship. Yeah, he has the buy, so he comes in an interesting way. I think like what we saw with Grant, when you have the buy, or even Shakari as well, you kind of navigate the season somewhat differently. I guess the same can even be said for Sharika Jackson too. The question is try to be healthy, get a few races in the system just before the championships, and then you get one shot to deliver. Common says, has Turkey captured Scott? Not on, not not that I know of at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah. Anika, pick up time. Have a great afternoon. Yeah, go get the kids. Yeah, have a great one, Anika. We'll catch you back on another live. Dina says Kenny won't win. He's dealing with a minor setback as well. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like the top three guys in the 200 meters all are having some niggle. Albacari looked like he was about to lose, but he doesn't lose. Look at the Japanese guy right beside him there. Miura there ahead of Serum. You don't outsprint El Bakali. I took my eyes off this 3,000 meter steeplechase. I apologize. El Bakali not happy with himself there. He wins it in 8:03:18. Nothing that he would be happy about there. He had to do a little bit of sprinting at the end there to win the 3,000 meters. Sufyan El Bakali, that is. Let me get the results on the screen. And he takes that over Miru there, the Japanese athlete. You have to love what the Japanese athlete is doing there. National record, would be buoyed by this performance there. You show up in Tokyo with in good state, with home crowd advantage. Sorry, Edmund Surin there, the Kenyan there, in a PB, a bunch of PB there, season best for Wale as well. Well, Bakali had to do some work. Let me see if I can see the sprint again. Muir there with a good run. Someone fell in the pit there, in the water pit. Yeah. It's hard to outsprint El Bakali there. The Japanese athlete was making a move there and a little bit of work there from El Bakali, but he's not happy. He's happy to win, but he's upset with the way he navigated that race. Uh, the original BI Strong says the rounds are going to matter in the World Championships because they will be doing 100/200. Kenny Tiboga Lyles. It's who's the strongest after the rounds. Certainly, I agree with that. Dina says Lyles will come third again. Uh, that's where he finished when it matters most. The most two Olympic. Yeah, I guess last week came third. Yeah. You're saying. Cheryl says, give us an idea of prize money. Uh, I think it's 20K for some of the events here. Some are 10, but I think it's not only the prize money part. I think the appearance fee at Monaco is really nice. I don't know what Lyle's got to come to this one. To be honest with you, it could be 250. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. But Monica usually pays a little bit more for sure. And in terms of just getting you there too, they spend more money. I don't know the official the correct number right now. It would be, yeah. We'd have to talk to an agent on this to get the new thing. Masai Russell, if she don't recover in time, she will not make the team for the 100 for Tokyo. That's Dina there. All in the game. A few Japanese are warming up in time for the home world championships. I agree. What time is the women's race? That's coming up in a second there. That's the last thing on the chat. It's scheduled for in a minute from now. We'll get the women's 100 meters. Let me give you a quick starting lineup. So while I get to the comments, it's Amy Hunt having a great season for Amy, the Great Britain athlete there. Mia McCoy, Aliyah Hobbs, Sears fresh off of that 1085 last week in Eugene. Alfred 1075 there. She won't be happy with finishing second to Melissa, so I think she's gonna try to run something nice tonight. Thelma Davis there and Zoe Hobbs and Takas as well. So that's the alignment for the 100 meters there. Let me get back to your comments. They're coming so fast that it's hard to keep up. Let's see. Well done, El Bakali. Thanks, original. Sonic. No, 250. Yeah, I don't know if his appearance fee is 250. I don't know. Probably 100K. I'm not sure. I don't know what Noah goes for, to be honest with you. He probably isn't getting that much. I don't think I don't know if he's pulling numbers like that, yeah. Scott again at 1752. I didn't even see this. He went back again on this. Scott went 1752 on his final attempt. Back to back personal best for Jordan Scott. The Jamaican in really fabulous shape there. So it's all over now. 1752 for Jordan Scott. Trekkie there at 1723, season best for him. Andy Diaz going better than his 1715, 1717 in his final attempt. Not good enough. Zango pulled out a 17 meters too. I didn't see that. I should have switched to the triple jump stream. The original BI strong appearance fee can be anything. It is. It can be up to $1 million. I don't know if only Usain used to pull that kind of money, so I don't think Lyles can pull that kind of money. And I don't think maybe one or two events he pulled that kind of money. I think it usually used to be like 250, 500K, depends. Yeah. And that's back in the day too now when you think about it. So adjusted, that's even much better. Uh Dina says, "Wow, good for Jordan Scott." Yeah, he's been having a fabulous season. Fabulous season. You have to think medal podium bound for him. Common sense. Hopefully, Julian can run another 10-7 time to help boost our confidence. I'm not sure if our confidence is dented, to be honest with you. It's. I still think going into the World Championships, I have Alfred as favorite. It's just one of those things in the sense that she knows she's capable. It's just to put together the race. And nothing against Melissa, because Melissa's been having a fabulous season. We must also remember that Melissa has to face the national championships, navigate the rest of the season. Not that that might be a problem, but Julian doesn't have to think about that. Armando Plantas here trying to go over 629 once more, and he fails on that attempt. So no world record tonight for Armando Duplantis. He wins in a meet record of 605 meters. Mark says, expect Alfred 1085 with Sears close. Could be. I mean, you also have to think about it's a traveling from Eugene to here, but they fly business class, so it shouldn't be a problem. Jordan says, not Jordan, Everett Swaby says Jordan Scott there with the Jamaica flag. Cheryl says, as long as Alfred or Melissa doesn't win in September, who's gonna win in September? I don't know. Is there a link to watch her? I don't know, to be honest with you. Where it depends on where you are. I think if you're in some countries, World Athletics will stream it for free. If you're in the United States, you have to watch it on FlowShark through their platform, which is a subscription base. And I don't know where the rest where else you can watch it. Unfortunately, I can't show it. Sonic says, "Thank you, Mrs. Scott. I hope you deal with the ungrateful Jaden Hibbert." I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's kind of rehashing that tonight. All in the game, Mondo and Femke are going to end up with literally all the Diamond League meet records in their event. It seems that way. Yeah, because Sydney doesn't really run the circuit. It's a Bobby Kersey kind of thing too. Asira, what's up? Hello to you. So the 100 meters they're coming out. The lights went out there, so they're gonna introduce the athletes. That should be a good run coming up. Afro says free on CBC Sports in Canada. Dina is laughing or crying. I'm not sure what those emojis are. Sorry. Sonic says Tina going to win or Sharika. Ah, that's a lot. Alfred not losing tonight. Look, I would love a bunch of athletes to be in really great shape by the time we get to the World Championships, because then you'll see some fabulous times. But you know, that's how sports work sometimes. So it's Hunt, McCoy, Hobbs, Sears, Alfred, Davis, Hobbs again, Zoe, the New Zealand athlete, and Kakas from Hungary. Asira says the women's 100-meter hurdles was a rude shock. Well, I mean, it was a really good run. Who did you think you had? Well, I thought Grace Starr could have delivered another big run. I'm not surprised that Megan Tapper ran well. She came off of a fabulous Jamaica Championships. I was expecting that Starr could run a little bit better. All in the game. Makai has a great agent. She's everywhere, man. She's everywhere. Uh, Daniel Jr. says Sid be leaving a lot of money on the table. Imagine if she's on Diamond Circuit, appearance fee, meet record. Yeah, except that Thelma Davis in the leopard print. Uh, except that Sid is well compensated. You know, she has a bumper contract with New Balance, and she's on a different level when it comes to the to endorsement money. It's like yeah, it's like Richardson. They get a lot of money there. You know, yeah. The original Bi Strong says he wasn't shocked with the 100-meter hurdles. If Megan go out, she was gonna win. Asira says Aliyah Butler is going to win the U.S. championships, possibly. It's gonna be up there. She's gonna be up there for sure. She really pushed Paulina this evening as well. All right, so athletes are getting in their blocks right now. I'm watching for from Alfred is execution. I thought she executed fairly okay last week, but didn't get out as well as Melissa, and just couldn't take her down, which is an interesting type of thing. But she should win this easily. That's a clean start there. Not the best to start again for Alfred, but she's getting into a running, blasting away from Sears there, and she's opening up on them. This is going to be really quick. 10:79 is the flash time into a minus 1.4 win. That is impressive. Super impressive there from Julian Alfred. In the end, she's like really powerfully built there. A little bit shaky coming out. I have to see it again, but Sears coming in second, 11:02. Zoe Hobbs, 11:12. Aaliyah Hobbs, 11:14. Into a 1.4 win there. Alfred looked really good there. That's a good run from Julian. Really powerful run there. She held her head down. I want to see a side on angle again, but she was like powering away, looking really good. There's a lot more in the tank. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Got into her running, looked up. A little bit of swinging too much that I'm sure flowed like that, but outside of that, there's nothing really to say. That looks really good. Really, really good there from Junior Alfred. BI Strong says 1.5 or 1.4. Yeah, 1.4, 10.79 and 1.4 all in the game. Big running there. Mark the Groot says, wow, that's very, very good. It is. Asira says, congratulations to Alfred. All in the game, Sears coming back into form. Yeah, you have to love it. Dina says 10-7 is going to win at World Championships. Well done to Alfred again. Sonic Mars says, I still think Nigerian girls going to win 100 hurdles at World. So he's calling for the world record holder Toby Amason to be the champion. She's gonna be in the mix for sure. It's just really hard. Has Nia Ali retired? No, I don't think so. Not that I no. All in the game. Juju run was adjusted with a win assisted 10.69 at zero wind. I, I want like I want to make these calls early so I look good, but I never like to do the prediction. I just don't think anybody's beat. I don't think she's gonna lose in the World Championships. I just don't think so. Yeah. Common sense says agreed. Alfred need to get some rest and work on her start. Yeah. Mark says Alfred and Melissa are running 10-6 in Tokyo with Alfred bit favorite for me. Yeah. It's gonna be some big running. Really gonna be some big running. London Diamond League next Saturday. I'm on the roads. I can't watch. I'm gonna try to watch it, but I won't be live for that for sure. Uh, just looking again on Megan Tapper here, clearing the hurdles there. Some good stuff tonight, though. Sonic says that's not how the wind thing goes. You gotta adjust for altitude and all that stuff too. I think it's probably Asir says, based on current form, no athlete from Europe will reach the finals of the 100 meters. Possibly, yeah. You're probably right on that. I mean, Amy Hunt was having a good season so far. Uh, it depends. It depends if you end up in a semifinal. That's slow, but I don't think so. Uh, Cheryl said, if Shakari lose in September, I'll apologize publicly. All right, we'll get you to film a video, or we bring you on voice to apologize. I don't think you have to apologize, but I don't know. Robert says, I still believe a healthy Sharika can take the 100. Interesting. I think you have to run 10-6 to be in the mix for the 100. Alfred is showing that right now. Melissa is showing that if you want to win it, you might need to be in 10-6 shape. Mark says the Diamond League Eugene was great. Monaco is very good. Let's go London. London should be really good. Yeah. Yeah. All in the game says Dina 1093 still season best still has that time. Yeah, I forgot that she has a 1093 too. It's I don't know if we can make those claims so early as here, but I get what you're saying. You know, the quality of the athletes, the Americans are for sure will come good. I think one of the Claytons are gonna run 10.7 too, possibly. It's gonna be up there. It's gonna be competitive. I think if you want to be on the medal podium, arrive at the championships with the ability to run 10.6. Sub 10.7. Very low 10.7s. Then you might be in the mix. Yeah. Sharika Jackson's the dark horse for the 100 title for you. Ooh, that's a big call there. Cheryl says a healthy Sharika won't make the final. Salsa, a big call too. Yeah, we'll see. This has been a fabulous meet as usual. Uh, Lots of track and field coming up. Next Diamond League is in London. Uh, that is always a good Diamond League. It's gonna be a packed house in London. They really know how to do it well when it comes to packing the crowds. And then following London, we'll go to Poland, I think, and then Lausanne, which is always good. Brussels and Zurich Diamond League final, and all the Diamond League end this year before we get to the World Championship. So it's kind of interesting thing. Sherrod says a lot can happen between now and September. Also, let's see if all the favorites make their national team. Yeah, that's also that's for sure. You have to make a national team, especially for the US team. We'll see what happens with the Team GB as well. All in the game says 60,000 tickets sold for London Diamond League. Yeah, that's how you do track and field. They know how to do it. 60K. That's a lot of people. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm going to call it an evening. It's been good hanging out with you. It's been as usual for a good watch along. I'll try to come back soon so we can chop up some other track and field stuff, and lots of great sports happening. Test cricket tomorrow. England and India locked in a great cricket match at Lords. Wimbledon final too. That should be interesting. And yeah, and then also day and night test match tomorrow to West Indies Australia at Sabina Park. I'll try to watch that as well. Ferdinand says another sub 10.8 into a headwind for Julian. Yeah, big running. Yeah, yeah. Angela, thanks. Yeah, thanks for you guys all the time for being around. Don't forget to watch my latest interview with that's on the channel if you haven't seen it. Take a look at it. I'll post it again. That's the link to it. That's me talking to Dan Kaplan about Diamond League for sure. So take a look at that if you haven't watched it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Susan. I'll be doing a little vacation there as usual. But I'll keep in touch. If interesting stuff happens, I may just go live from my phone. But anyway, we'll see. Ferdinand says Jessica Sear is my favorite 100-meter sprinter. Yeah, she's coming back into good nick last week, this week. You can't complain. Running really well into a headwind. So all good. Guys, take care. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.